Hey YouTube, my name is Peter with GeeksTrucking.com. How are y'all doing? I'm doing good. I have no real complaints. I'm trying to finish out my last few hours of my 34-hour reset. Sitting about 50 miles, I think northeast or east of Riverside, California at the Pilot that has over 200 parking spaces. And I'm bobtail, which is even better for finding parking anyways. So I dropped off my load on time. Was actually there 15 minutes before they even opened, which is perfect. To get there 15 minutes early, I had to pull off the side of the highway, so I wasn't an hour early, and I sat on the side of the highway doing whatever I wanted to do at that time. But someone suggested that I talk more about what I've done since I'm past my, October 4th, November 4th, December 4th, January 4th, so in my 3 months. And why some truck drivers don't make money. Well, some reasons that truck drivers don't make money is they don't keep the left door shut, obviously. I do. I run my ass off. And yes, by running my ass off, I got to sit here for 34 hours. I understand that if I run less, I could probably run 7 days a week. But sometimes the loads just don't work out that way. And you got to do what you got to do to get the load there on time. Regardless of what's required. As long as you're not breaking the law, do it. Now, some of the loads, like I said before in previous videos, I had a 100,000 pound load that I went down Donner. That's how I learned how to use a Jake brake. You properly use a Jake brake. Then I did step deck with 2 day cabs on it. Then I did flatbed with 2 other flatbeds on it. Then I did empty tankers. Hauling empty tankers, one of them really heavy, close to 40,000 pounds, I think it was, maybe 30,000, empty, because I don't have my tanker endorsement. Hauling those to be clean down to Alabama. Flatbed generators, I did those. A lot of dry van, a lot of Amazons, a lot of hooks and drops, a lot of mountain driving. Back and forth to the East Coast, going to the West Virginia mountains, going over the Idaho, Montana mountains, going from the mountains in Washington to California, mountain driving up to where the paper mill was in Washington State, driving on ice through Wyoming, driving in blizzard conditions on top of the mountain in Idaho. Going down that mountain in blizzard conditions, snowy conditions, using the Jake brake. Stepped only on the pedal brake maybe once or twice, and that's just stab braking. I did not ride my brakes because that's the worst thing I believe a person could do. Been over to George Washington at least 6 times in an 18-wheeler, driven through Boston with an 18-wheeler, Philadelphia, all through all these small towns in Jersey in an 18-wheeler, Dallas in an 18-wheeler, Houston in an 18-wheeler, driven through Salt Lake, picked up and delivered into Colorado, Denver area, driven through Denver, all throughout California, across the United States at least 3 times back and forth, which is my favorite type of run, by the way. Doing what I need to do to get the job done. Work ethics. That's why a lot of people don't make money, is work ethics. They don't want to do flatbed or step deck or heavy haul, low boy, none of that, because it's too much work. Well, let's look at it this way. And this is how I'm looking at it, because I'm going to become an owner-operator real soon. I mean, real soon. It's right around the corner, folks. Real soon. So, I could stick with drive-in and get 175, if I'm lucky, 210 per mile. But I could do heavy haul in a step deck or a flatbed and get $4, $5, $6 a mile. Which one's better, in all honesty? Which one's really better? I'm not afraid to get dirty. I'm not afraid to do the work. And truthfully, it's not all that much work. It's just doing what you need to do to get the job done. Tying down vehicles properly, I know how to do that. Tying down generators properly, I know how to do that. Tying down flatbed upon flatbed upon flatbed, I know how to do that now. Over 27,000 miles underneath my belt in 3 months' time. I'm not saying I know everything. I'm not even saying that I touched the tip of the iceberg. But as long as you're willing to do it, everything is out there. So, I mean, there's money to be made. You just got to get dirty, or you got to do the work. If you don't want to do the work, stick to your $1.75, $50 loads and whine and complain on YouTube like a lot of y'all do that there's no money out there. Well, there's plenty of money. You just got to do what you got to do. And if you just want to do dry van, just do dry van, but don't complain about it. It's simple. You put yourself into that predicament and you get what you want. It is what it is. That's trucking. You're going to have to wait in 6 months or so, or 4 months or 3 months before the rates for dry vans go way up. It is what it is. So I'm going to have a step deck, a 53-foot step deck, along with a brand new rig. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have the chains, I'm going to have the straps, I'm going to have the tarps. And I'm going to do whatever necessary to make sure my income stays elevated. And that's my suggestion to everybody. If you may be in the wrong field if you don't want to get dirty. I'm sorry. And this is me saying this coming from a clean field where I never got dirty. The IT field. But you just got to understand. If you want to make the money, you got to do the work. And you got to do the miles. The end of story. I'm not making what I'm making by sitting idle. I'm not making what I'm making by turning down loads. And I'm just a company driver right now, making 55 cents a mile. And for 3 months worth of work. I started off at 55 cents a mile, and I understand I got lucky on that. I understand that most new drivers start between 38 and 42 cents per mile. I understand that, and I got lucky at 55 cents a mile. But I also got a very strong work ethic. I will do what it needs to be done as long as it's within the law to get the job done. And if that means I have to sit for 34 hours to get the job done, so be it. I will do it. And when I become an owner-op, that work ethic is going to carry on. I mean, I just don't understand it. The money's out there, just go get it. Do the work. Or sit and wait for a load that pays decently. Because honestly, as an owner-op, if I can't make a minimum of $2.25 per mile, I'm not doing well. And the only way I'm going to get to $3, $4, $5 a mile is to do overweight, flatbed, step deck for 6 months, and then I'm going to trade that in, and then I'm going to get a low boy, and that's when I'm going to start doing the oversize. Because that's where the real money is. Oversize. Overweight, oversize, cross country if I can get away with it. That's exactly what I want to do. I want to move buildings. I want to move heavy farm equipment, construction equipment, those big ass dump trucks that you see sticking off your trailers by about a foot on each side. The tires sticking out. We've all seen them on the road. Yeah, those people are making anywhere $5+ a mile. And if you haul that for 1,000 miles, that's a day and a half, 2 days worth of work for $5,000 minus all expenses, tolls. If you have to pay tolls and everything else, you're going to get $3,000 for 2 days worth of work. Do that in a dry van. You're not going to do it very often. You could get lucky, but you're not going to do that very often. So, like I said, people, the money's out there if you're willing to do the work. I've heard people say, you're not a truck driver until you do this. You're not a truck driver until you do that. You're not a truck driver if you do this or that or this or that. Well, I'm going to have one more thing. You're not a truck driver if you refuse to take loads because you don't want to get dirty. Sorry, that's just how it is. I mean, granted, I don't really mean that because I believe it doesn't matter. As long as you got a CDL, you're a truck driver. But still, it is what it is. And I just wanted to drop this quick video to let y'all know. Y'all have a good day now. Bye.